So my degree was from BU. It's in physical education and coaching. And it was really focused on probably the time period that you're hinting at, which is kind of like elementary to high school physical education, typically delivered in the school system. I went down a 2-year rabbit hole of pedagogy. How do we teach physical education? How do we get buy-in for it? I did a couple of research projects with Reebok on a couple of interventions at the time. I have drifted away from that population, but I will say it is dire. The way that we teach movement to our kids is abysmal, and it has ramifications across the lifespan. When I was working in the more like military-centric space, you all know this data is like how unqualified the young people are to actually serve based upon their physical fitness. And that's carrying over to the diseases of our time. And the biggest problem is what we recognize is if you don't teach kids to move early on, they don't move later in life. Teaching an old dog new tricks in this space is really, really hard. What I did do when I was early in my career is I was a strength coach and I was a teacher in middle school and high school. And what we did, which was really different, and I'll toot my own horn a little bit based upon myself as well as a couple of the other educators in that space. And I was teaching science, and we had like cool PE classes. It wasn't like your traditional, we're going to do dodgeball and get all those little wheelie carts out and make people change and the whole thing. Like we had spin classes and we did yoga, and we had options for kids that weren't identifying with the traditional PE. And I keep in touch with a lot of those kids, and it was very impactful for them to basically be met where they were and not be forced to do something that they didn't want to do.